The Eli Lilly pharmaceutical plant now has a solar farm on its own land beside the factory.
The term direct wire is used to explain that this generation system here, these solar panels, essentially transfer electricity by a wire over the fence into our adjacent manufacturing site, which is 200 metres away. And in doing so, we avoid losses by transmitting power across the transmission grid nationally. From the idea, the concept was developed, and from us deciding we wanted to proceed to actually getting live was just over a year, which is remarkably fast for a project of this scale.
The panels are high enough off the ground for sheep to undergraze.
The sheep really seem to enjoy it here.
Farmer David Kelly has been granted permission to bring some of his flock from his main farm over to undergraze the PV panels at Dundero.
The sheep, they seem to thrive very well in the grass. Down here, tis all organic. There's no fertiliser put out in the grass. What grows is growing itself. And the sheep seem to do very well here. It is a nice, quiet, well fenced. Everything is very happy for the sheep here. They have all year round housing, and they have shelter and shade as well from wind, any rain, sun then for the summertime. So they've what a lot of sheep don't have in the country is an all year house.
So one of the lovely things about it is to see the sheep undergrazing as well, to know that, you know, you're not just taking land away from food use.
We were very pleased that was a feature on that. And in fact, just in recent times, I've been noting that there have been studies carried out, control studies, comparing the growing of sheep in a solar farm like this versus in an open field. And there are actually advantages to sheep growing, that they have more shelter against the weather and they thrive. And there have been geotagged sheep where they've been monitored over a period of time to look at their movement. And the animal husbandry experts have determined that the sheep are less stressed in a solar farm than in an ordinary field under various conditions. So that was attractive to us. As an employee population and as a company, we have a very active sustainability agenda. We aim to be carbon zero by 2030 globally. But locally, our employees are really interested in this type of development. And actually, one of the things that we've just done in the last 2 weeks is on one corner of the site here, we've just set up some beehives associated with the site, because the site is surrounded by laurel and it will support bees in the future. And in the next month, those hives will be populated with the queens and nucleus.